Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Wroot1FM. This is my new series. The first 4 or 5 episodes are going to be called the Premier League Preview, where I'm going to look at the 20 clubs in the Premiership on who their key players are, who possibly their transfer targets, and generally my opinion on each club. Now, if I can get you to leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, that will be brilliant. I know there's going to be controversy with my picks compared to your picks, but this is the platform to have your say. Now, in this video, we will look at the first 5 Premiership clubs. That will be Arsenal, that will be Aston Villa, that will be the new boys, Brentford, Brighton and Hove Albion, and Burnley. Then, next week, we'll look at the next 5. And all that up to the season, including my predictions on who will finish where. Now, let's go and see what my video is all about. And we're going to take our first step here to the Emirates. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get the bias bit out of the way. Yes, Arsenal is my team. If you know me, you know I'm an Arsenal fan. But we're here at the Emirates. What can I say about the Gunners? It's going to be a transition season. Now with Arteta in, he's now, his second summer involved. He's now got to put a stamp on who he wants. Now I know last season when he came in, he brought in Gabriel. He's now got to make some choices. He's brought in obviously Nuno Tavares, shall I say. It's going to take me a bit of a while to get to know his name, but in that way it is a very good left back. He is very attacking, bit like Tierney, but is that going to be how is he going to start in front of Tierney? If it's a back 4, no, you will always have Tierney there, but if he decides to go with a back 3, then Tierney, yes, will come into the back 3, which means Nuno will obviously play left wing back. So it's a great option there. Obviously, we're going to say about Saka. Saka's going to have to be, he's got a good head on his shoulders, basically. Is it going to be a good season? It's down to him. He has got a wonderful career ahead of him. He's got to put what's happened in the summer behind him and move forward. Obviously, I'm going to say this guy is going to be probably my key player, Emmanuel Smith-Rowe. The end of last season, when he actually came into the team, he was picking out balls left, right and centre, and he was doing really well for the team. He's obviously a good age. He's English as well, which is something you do not associate Arsenal. And at the moment, we have got some good English talent in the ranks. People like Joe Willock. We got Rob Holding. We got Callum Chambers. They've got Eddie Nketiah. So everyone's football manager sort of wonder kid there. It is a good core of English players, and I think if he starts playing that number 10, apparently he is getting the number 10 shirt. There's going to be a big responsibility. He's got to be unlocking the balls to Aubameyang, Lacazette, whoever's playing up front. Obviously, transfer-wise, and I like him, but Ben White. I'm going to talk about Ben White because obviously 50 million is a big price tag, and I have to say Brighton has, how can I put it? Brighton's done their business brilliantly. That's the only way to say it. They've got their money for their Englishman. They've probably held out and paid way more. Okay, Ben White, he's done it in the Championship with Leeds, obviously, then rejoined Brighton, done well in the Premiership. Brighton's not the top club, but he's got himself into the England squad. He's not actually played alright, it's going to sound weird, but he's not played a competitive game for England. Yes, he's played the friendlies, which is, yes, they are strong. They were against Austria. Can't remember who the other one was. But he didn't play in the Euros. And I think 50 million is quite a lot. 30 million, I would have said correct. But 50 million. But also, he's English. So you are going to pay top dollar for him. But if he comes in, everyone's saying he can partner Gabriel and all that. What about Holding? What about an English core centre-back? Like an Adams and Bold. You have Ben White, Rob Holding. To me, that's really good. There, another great option. And obviously, with Leon as well, we got Alwa could be coming in as well. Another number 10 in a way, or winger, is going to give an option. Obviously, the likes of Xhaka could be going. It's the only way is up, and hopefully Arsenal can improve on their finish last season. I reckon I'm around about a 6th place. I would like to get into Europe again, but we've got no European football, so it's a building process. So that's it with Arsenal. We are done. We're no more talk about Arsenal now. Maybe later. We'll get back here. That's the Arsenal bit done. We are now going to head up to Birmingham, to the Holt End, to Aston Villa. Now, what can I say about Villa? I like how Dean Smith is doing things here. And he's now got himself a settled team in the Premiership. I reckon they're going to be a mid-table team and all that. And it does rely on a couple of players. Going through their team, they've got a top keeper now in Martinez. He's going to be their number one. He's just won the Copa America with Argentina. You look at the back, you got Mings there. You got Matty Cash, who's also good. Ashley Young has now just come in. Midfield, and this is where it's going to be key. You got John McGinn there. You got this man. You got Grealish. He's going to be key for it. As long as they keep him sweet and keep him injury free, he is going to be a pivotal player for Aston Villa and their chances of European football. Now with their transfer wise, looking at their squad, and they need someone who's going to get goals. Obviously they've got Wesley up there, they've got Ollie Watkins, who's obviously a part of the England team now. But I think they need a go-getter. They need someone who's going to definitely get you 20 goals this season. And I'm going to bring back a returning player for them. Depends if a certain team goes for a certain Norwegian striker and get him. But he's going to need game time. And I think Tammy Abrahams will be the perfect fit for Aston Villa. I think he's got pace, he's got strength, he can work well with Ollie Watkins. Grealish will love it. They can get balls in the box, he can get his head onto it. I think he will be the perfect player for Aston Villa. And I think they should go and get him. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment, Villa fans. Do you want Tammy Abrahams back at the club? Let me know and we can have this discussion. We are now then going to head off to the new boys. We're going into Brentford. And here we go at their stadium, the Brentford City. Only a year old, I believe it is. So it's still a fairly new stadium. They've done really well. They're going to struggle. Unless they get some good names in, I think Brentford are going to struggle. And they need to get players who have played the Premiership before, in a way. I don't. People agree, disagree with me, but I feel like they need experience. And when you're looking down their team, yeah, Pontus Yanis, he was formerly of Leeds. He is a good player, but Leeds were in the Championship when he had him. You're looking down, they're going to rely on, obviously, Ivan Toney. He's going to get the goals. There he is. And he's also their key player, in my mind. You need someone who's going to bank goals at that age, and Ivan Toney is the player to do it. But I also feel like this man Reina is going to be important as well. He needs to be on top form. He had a great season. He was touted by Arsenal. He was touted by several Premiership clubs actually, but they need to keep him in goal and keep it tight. Otherwise, they're going to struggle, and that's the way it is. I could see them being round about the relegation area, 17th, 18th, but again, it comes to experience and going through their team. I haven't got someone who will stand out to say, yes, they've got Christian Norgard, who was in the Denmark team. But again, I can't see anyone in there who's going to set the world alight, in a way, apart from these two. So, I'm sorry, Brentford fans, but I think he'd be back to the Championship next season. But they could prove me wrong. So it depends if they get some experience in, and that is the key. We're taking a trip up the road to Brighton. So we're leaving Brentford, we're coming to Brighton, to the Amex. And again, looking down their team, I can see experience. They got Lapity there. Dunk is going to be so important this season. If they lose Ben White, Lewis Dunk has got to have a partner in there, and he's got to galvanise that team in order to keep the side up, in a way. I can see him finish latter part of the mid-table, but again, it's you're going down that team. Who will be their main man? Who's going to take the ball by the horns? Obviously, you've got McAllister there, you've got Gross. They've not really changed the team. Sonny March is going to be an important player for him. Welbeck, Mapai, they're not going to be world beaters, and that's the problem. Obviously, Graham Potter is going to be important. He was touted with the Spurs job at one point. He's touted with a lot of jobs, and a lot of people rate him very highly, and he is going to be the key man for this team. I didn't say the key man will be a player on the field. It could be the backroom stuff, and that's where Potter comes into it. He needs to keep the team together. He needs to make strategic signings, and you see it last season where they had guile and determination in certain games, especially the season before, and it started with the Arsenal game. The grit, determination, but they need the clinical edge, and in order to get them up the table, I can't see it. So Welbeck will give experience along with Dunk, but has their time come? Is it now that time to go back down? Hopefully not, and I do think 16th, 17th will be their position. I'm sorry, Brighton fans, that's just how I feel. But again, you've got some good players, but it's gelling together. But hopefully, with the sale of Ben White, if you get 50 million from the Arsenal, then invest it. You can get some good players there, so build that team back up. Now, after we leave Brighton, we're going back up to Greater Manchester area now, and to Burnley. Burnley here at Turf Moor, Sean Dyche's team. Again, bear in mind, the Euros had just finished a week ago, and we've now got 3-4 weeks before the Premiership season starts. So we've now got to look at it and go, right, transfer window time. Who are people going to get? Who are people not going to get? That is the key. And what it is now, it is time for Burnley to live up to expectations in a way. They've been in this league for a long time. Sean Dyche has been there. Their main player, probably to keep hold of and to do well, is of course Nick Pope. He will be number one. You can't look at no further. You look at the Burnley team and you think, who's going to shout out? Who's going to be the man to do it? Nick Pope is going to be their talisman in order to keep it together. Obviously, you're looking down their strikers. They've all been around. It's like Vidra, been around in the league. Joe Rodriguez, Ashley Barnes, Chris Woods. Every defender probably in the country knows how to play against those four, because they're not bringing no one new through. You look in their midfield: Jack Cork, Gudmundsson, Dwight Neal. Dwight Neal is a good player. I've seen better players than him, and for a Burnley shirt, he probably is the best player. That's my personal opinion. But Jack Cork can hit a goal. Gudmundsson, there's nothing there to me, unless they bring in someone who is going to be the big dog, basically. I think, didn't they have that Defoe a couple of seasons ago, who I thought was a good player and all that, and started off brilliantly. Defence is strong, obviously. Tarkowski, Ben Mee, Peters, Barnsley, Loughton. Their back four is settled, but they're not got nothing there. But I have heard a rumour for about 12 million from West Brom, Darrell Furlong, so formerly of Chelsea. He's been touted to go to Burnley. So is now Sean Dyche looking to spend the money? I hope so, because I do like Dyche as a manager. So, but again, it's going to be the lower part of mid-table, I think. Guys, that is my first 5 picks, obviously, for my series. Come back next time for the next 5. Like I said, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let's get talking. Let's see if you agree with my picks, disagree. Tell me some of the transfer rumours that you've heard from your club. Let's get involved. And I'll tell you something, going forward, I will be doing these probably once a month, and we'll get some special guests on. Hopefully, if you want to be on the channel, you want to have your say about a certain club in discussion with me, anything football. I'm not going to be just solely for Arsenal. I'm going to criticise Arsenal as well as praise them, but I'm going to get involved with every club. So if you want to be on the video, please drop me a line at Wroot1FM on Twitter, at Wroot1 on Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. Guys, no matter what you call it, football, soccer, football, just remember, it's for the love of the game. And I will catch you next time.